Good day, everyone. This is Rick. I'm going to talk here real quickly about Christian women, their role in the family, their traditional role, and why the nuclear family throughout the ages, from the beginning of time, has been so vitally important. Now, in the beginning, when God created us, as I stated in an earlier video, He gave us an example of His salvation through Jesus Christ. Remember, everything in the physical, what's happening in the flesh, is happening in the spirit. It's a reflection, a mirror of each other. Women represents the spirit, men represent the humanity, the fallen human state of mankind. Because women represent the spirit, they are more maternal. They have this instinct of compassion and growth for their children and their home that men traditionally do not have. And that is not because of social constraints or cultures. Social constraints and cultures that have been developed are reflective of this spiritual condition within men and women. So women have been, through all of ages, in whatever society they're in some fashion, been given this task of keeping the home and raising the children. Men have been given the task hunting, gathering, protecting the family. Both purposes are needed in God's purpose of salvation, and both purposes are necessary for the healthy raising and upbringing of the child, so as they become adults, they can walk in this world and still know God through Jesus Christ. That's the intent. That is the purpose of the nuclear family, and it's been reflected in every society, even though mankind does not understand it. They know in their hearts that truth. And that is why it's been reflective in every society. Now, today's modern culture, the worldly culture, think that this is a travesty. Today's worldly culture has belittled the family, has torn down men's role, has torn down women's role in an effort to elevate. You cannot be elevated by tearing down. It is impossible. If my house is a one-story house and my next door neighbor's house is a two-story house, and I want both houses to be the same size, I will build an extra story. But what today's society does is they tear down one story, the other house, so that they can be equal with that house. You can't elevate yourself that way. I didn't elevate my house at all. I just tore down the neighbor's house. And that is exactly what today's society is doing to men, to women, and to the modern family. And they're doing it all in the name of equality. And because of this, families are being destroyed. Families, children are being raised by schools and other entities, not by the parents. Even though the parents have legal custody, the child comes into the home and eats dinner, goes to bed, goes off to school, and they don't see the parents until later that night. Because the parents are so busy with this whole worldly concept of what we're supposed to be doing now. And the family has been left to rot. And we see the results of that in society. So women's role in a traditional nuclear household is not a demeaning role. Women could certainly, if the Holy Spirit shows them, Christian women I'm talking about, worldly women, they're lost, just like worldly men are lost. They are doing what the prince of this world has given them to do. I'm talking about those who have the heart of Christ, those who have the Spirit of Christ. Wherever the Holy Spirit leads you, if He leads you to a career and shows you how you can have that career and still be a fantastic mother and a nurturer and a maternal example to your child, by all means, go for it. Go for the full potential that the Lord has given you to. And the same thing with men. In this society, this whole darkness has shined the light on the true equality of God's Spirit in the Christian family. And when you focus on that Christian family who has that equality that has never happened in society, you're also ignoring or putting aside that dark quality of what Satan is doing. Remember, God will always take what Satan does to try to destroy God's people and use it to build and purify God's people. The true spiritual Christian family is being purified. And women are the center of that whole thing. This is why on Mother's Day, women are more revered than men on Father's Day. And that's the way it should be. As a man, I want my children to revere my wife more than they revere me. Because she has been the one who has given them that stable, mature Christian foundation in their life. Until next time, God bless.